What song is this?
A song you probably shouldn't be listening to.
Probably not. I think Kick don't really give a
I mean, they do, but
fuck.
they do and they don't.
They know from me.
No, they do and they don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, you ready,
We
yo?
know it's in our policy. It's in our policy, but we ain't gonna enforce it really that much. Unless you're streaming a fucking pay per view.
We don't have any ads yet,
You.
so once we start getting ads, like Twitch does, then they'll start carrying.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me start the shit off. Okay. Welcome. Oh, I had like something stuck in my throat. Welcome to Two Beers, One Brain Cell. As always, I am your dwarf of a host. I am Meme-a-fur, Meme-listic, the Meme-tastic, the Meme-ageddon. By my side, as always, is the second best beard on Kick, even though he likes to lie to everybody and tell me he's the first best beard on Kick. But he's the cutest beard on Kick. I'll give him that. We got not Jester, Logan. I almost said Jester.
Oh, damn, dude.
And then we got
What
the
up, everybody?
and then we got the one brain cell trying to hold us together like glue on a macaroni yard on your mom's refrigerator. We got Jester.
Yeah.
All right, let me start this timer. We'll get shit rolling. Timer started. First of all, you have something you want to talk about, so you might as well get your stuff out of the way, Logan, because somebody had to drop a picture with no context.
Oh no, I already talked about it. I talked about it to stream.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about it in the
My fence got
podcast?
knocked over.
See, yeah.
I mean, we can.
I mean, I thought that was the whole point. You dropping it in our podcast group chat. The
I
literal
just put
only
it there.
point.
It was the top chat in my DMs, so I sent it to you real quick.
I'm about to beat.
But no, I mean, there's nothing too much to unpack there. The fence was fucking shitty. I've been telling landlord for fucking over a year, hey, this fence is rotten, dude. Like these 4x4s, they need to get replaced so that way the fence don't fall. Oh yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Never fucking did. Well, it got knocked over today from all the fucking wind. Cause dude, our weather's been shit all week over here in Tennessee. Well, just like everywhere, really.
Just so you can see,
And,
chat. That's the fence.
yeah, that's the fence on memes.
Did that stop you? Did that
Yeah,
stop
man,
you?
it got knocked over, and that's basically it, man. It interrupted my nap.
Interrupted my nap.
That was the worst part about it.
Yeah, I would be really upset if I interrupted my nap. I probably would be like, nah, nah, this shit's canceled today.
Like, bro, I just fell asleep, dude. Like, I maybe was asleep for like 7 minutes.
That sucks. But more important than Logan's fence or his nap, we have to kind of talk about a little bit about WrestleMania as it just happened.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, I would think at least 80% of our predictions overall as a group got correct.
Mm-hmm.
And
the only one we were collectively wrong on in the beginning was the Logan Paul match.
I think we were all tossing and turning on how they wanted to do it. I would say the three big ones that we kind of like were iffy on was Logan Paul's match, the 6-man tag or the 6-tag team match, because that could have gone any fucking way.
Ladder.
Yeah, and then night one's main event, because this could have gone a million different ways.
Yeah, I called that one right though. I knew Roman and Rock were gonna win that shit because they were gonna have to have that bloodline rules to have Cody overcome that, and then have all the other bullshit to happen.
Yeah, but you also said that Roman was gonna win.
Yeah, I honestly did think they were still gonna make Roman win the night 2 and make Cody do the 3-peat, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
No, but overall,
I was just really wanting that to really extend that story even more.
I'm not gonna lie, Bloodline's the stupidest fucking story.
I loved it. I loved every single, well, not every single bit of it. There were a few parts I'm like, okay, I'm getting fucking tired of it, but then they'd bring me back in.
So I was getting, honestly, I think my top 3 annoyances with the Bloodline is Solo. Like, how come Solo, anytime he does like a ring attack, he's like unbeatable, but in any regular match, he's dog shit.
He's dog shit, right?
It kind of like
he catches him by surprise.
I think that upset me. I think Jimmy being the evil brother kind of fit well. That worked well, but like I feel like he wasn't really winning matches either. So it was just like the Roman show, and you know what? Roman
Jimmy
was
is not a good heel without Jay.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying like he wasn't winning matches. I don't care about the heel part.
Yeah. And I just couldn't really get into Jimmy's side of it, like of him being like all
Yeah.
how he was.
I think
I
Jimmy
couldn't take him serious.
I think Jimmy did a good job at being a heel when he was doing like the backstage attach with the group, but by himself he kind of was meh. And like I said, he wasn't winning matches. Solo wasn't winning matches, and Roman, you know, because he's fucking got the cancer shit, wasn't wrestling, so he wasn't winning matches. So they were just talking shit and tagging people backstage, but then when it actually came time to fight, they all sucked and kind of like. I think that's what ruined the story for me. Like when you break it down like that, like if you looked at like a group of family versus a group of hero, like the unexpected, like your worst nemesis teaming up with you to take down the biggest bad guy on the planet, kind of shit. Like the overall story's fine, but then like nothing made the bloodline feel like NWO. Nothing made the bloodline feel like they were champions or they were rightful or whatever terminology you want to use, right? They were just kind of losers, but was good with backstage attacks.
Yeah.
And I think that's what.
Real quick side quest.
Yeah.
Did you hear the star rating Meltzer gave that match?
No.
I want you to take a guess. I'm sure Jester's already seen it
Uh,
because he reads dirt sheet shit more than I do.
I'm assuming he probably gave it a 4.5.
Way the fuck off. He gave him because it was honestly the worst match of the entire weekend. Because
The main event?
Super kicks nonstop. No. The Jimmy J match.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the main event. You didn't say the Jimmy J.
because we were talking about.
No, okay. We were talking about Bloodline. So
a little bit, yeah.
you
But anyways,
okay?
the
So
Jimmy J
Jim.
match
Oh,
was
that was probably like a 3, maybe a 2.5.
tried 3/4 of 1 star.
What?
Yeah, bro. Meltzer shat all over it, dude.
Okay, not gonna lie though, but
it was the worst match. It really was.
Yeah.
To me, it was, and I wanted it to be so good, but even during it, I was like, because it was just super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick.
Yeah, that was kind of like
brother, Oos, brother, super kick.
It was like super kick. It was a bunch of super kick punches, super kick punches. Oh, don't hit me! I'm your brother. Oh, but I backstab you, and then I go back to the super kick punches. It was one of, and like, there's something about me that really wants Jay to be a good singles competitor, and there's something about me that wants Jimmy to be a bad villain. But I think there are 2 problems with this story. I think number 1 is that we've seen too much of them as tag partners for us to separate them. Like I think a great example is like Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Remember when they were tag team champions? Shelton Benjamin was lucky enough that he had some singles runs, but like Charlie Haas didn't survive as a singles competitor.
No.
But
honestly, it's same with the Hardys when they split them up for the first time and they tried to feud them against each other, brother versus brother. The brother angle never really goes well, except Kane and Undertaker. It worked out great.
But they're not really brothers though. So that's why it worked out.
I'm talking about in story too though. But Owen and Brett, it was good. But fucking A. Like you were saying with Jimmy J. Hardys, same thing. It didn't go that well. It was really fucking weird. Matt got really fucking creepy. He ended up killing Jeff's dog. Like, it was all fucked. Like, those storylines rarely work out.
I just don't like I think Jay does a good job at being a face and like being a good guy and getting the crowd going. But like but I just don't like, I don't know what's been going on, whether it's this whole storyline, whether it was trying to do something that they're not normally doing. But this whole singles run shit was just unentertaining. And I don't know if it's just because
he had some good parts, he had some parts. It was okay.
There wasn't really anything good. Like if you exclude
Cody's lackey. He was Cody's lackey pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, like I said, if you exclude any time they all fought as a group or a tag team, and you just do his single matches, they were lackluster. They were something I would consider low mid card.
No.
100%. Yeah, there are better singles competitors right now who are not getting starlight that I think could have done a better job entertaining a crowd than Jay, in my opinion. Because we just saw through that whole WrestleMania match, Jay has super kicks, punches, and a few high dives. You know what Jimmy has? The exact same fucking moveset. So it was literally watching like
Yeah.
it was just watching the Usos just
It was Doink the Clown versus Doink the Clown.
basically, and like I said,
Started fucking miming each other.
I think what it would have set something apart for Jay is if there was already kind of like an established kind of like singles run for him, or an established kind of like he's already done shit before, like he was like an Intercontinental or a United States or whatever. And he's like, I beat my brother like Jimmy for this title, like I know what I'm doing. Or if Jimmy would have been a singles competitor, would have been like, I beat my brother Jay for this. He doesn't stand a chance, and then they could have fought over shit like that.
Yeah, like if they were separated before, like, years ago or something, like earlier in their career where they went on a little nice singles run each and did okay kind of thing, and then brought back together and then dominant again as brothers for years and then did this, it could have been a lot better or more.
Mm-hmm. It's like
We would have like grabbed onto a little more,
yeah, and that's the hard thing about like tag teams is that like it's like what's that famous tag team that was from WWE and then went to AEW? Fuck. FTW.
FTR.
Yeah, FTR.
Revival.
Yeah. It'd be like those two splitting up and then fighting as singles. Like, sure, they're two different people, but like they don't have established singles lives. It'd be weird to be like starting fresh with a whole new person, a whole new persona. Like, yeah, they would be. It's champion versus champion, but it's tag champion versus tag champion pitted against each other without any like standalone personality kind of wise. Like at least later on when Matt and Jeff split, Matt became like ECW champion, Jeff became world champion. Like Bubba, like but like most tag teams don't survive. Like I said earlier, like Shelton.
Usually one does really good and one dies off. HBK, Marty Jannetty,
Bubba Ray.
And honestly, and I hate to say this, Christian fell off there, dude. He really did. He didn't really amount to much until later. Like, and there was a pity. Here's the title because you never fucking had it, and Edge did.
Don't forget Bubba Ray and Devon. Bubba Ray had a good independent run.
Yeah, and Devon, his stuff was fun. It was okay, the Reverend Devon and everything, but it didn't really. It was too gimmicky. Where Bubba was still just Bubba. Devon had to change who he was.
Yeah, Bubba,
So,
and then Bubba.
He got buried with it.
And then when Bubba went and bully Ray, that also helped him out too. But like I said,
that was just because he couldn't use Bubba on the Indies.
Yeah, true. But that's what I'm saying is that like you're like right. One person does great, the other person usually kind of like falls off. There's only been a few examples where that doesn't happen in like good tag teams or brother versus brother kind of shit. Yeah. So that's why like this one kind of upset me. It was that like there was millions of opportunities where they could have gone with this, and I felt like they didn't capitalize on that match so much, and that was something that I felt like since the whole thing was about Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, I felt like that match should have been something a little bit more special than a singles match. Like we were talking about it, like we were just watching it. And I don't think anybody was saying anything. Like we weren't memeing about it. We weren't complimenting it. We were just like sitting there, like
watching it.
Yeah,
I think I was on my phone most of the time during that one.
I know me.
I went and helped Scylla with something.
I know I was just fucking just. I kept looking like forward and back and forth. Yeah, and that's kind of what sucked is that like if you think about every other match that involved the Bloodline, they usually were pretty intense. Like the Roman Cody or the Seth Cody versus Rock Roman, that was captivating. The last night of WrestleMania was captivating. So why couldn't this one be captivating? And like I said, I don't essentially think it's Jimmy or Jay's fault. I think it's whoever
whoever produced that match. Yeah.
Either whoever produced that match and Triple H approving it, or they could have done something better with that match, like made it a tables match or whatever, or made it some kind of like hardcore match or whatever.
Rikishi involved.
Rikishi,
like her dad,
Yeah, Rikishi is like the special referee or something like that.
Or have them come in and just kind of essentially stop it, blah blah blah, make them kind of make up in a way, something.
Like yeah.
But then that wouldn't have made sense for the.
But either way, there's like so many million things
that Jay wouldn't have helped Cody.
Yeah, there's a million things that could have been done that weren't done, and that's kind of what was upsetting about it. Was that like their personalities, but like, and I'm gonna say this, like outside of the tag scene, I don't like them as wrestlers. I think they're
I
very.
like Jay more than Jimmy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. True, but like I said, outside of the tag scene, like they really don't entertain well, in my opinion. They have great personalities. They have great entrances. They know how to hype up a crowd and shoot a good promo. But when it comes to the ring work, which honestly is what mainly gets people watching, the whole point of wrestling, it feels
Yeah.
like they're lackluster. And like I said, that's excluding, when they get in those massive brawls, Bloodline versus Team Cody, or the backstage attacks, or being a lackey or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you know what the main event was rated as?
No, but I can find it all here real fast.
Yeah. 'Cause that's kind of what I was wanting to know, because like I don't know, like watching the highlights of the main event, correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like the main event, the last night main event, kind of went by faster than the first night.
It was shorter than. No, it was the same amount of time actually. Well, it's because the main event ended so early, but the show kept running for like almost 20 fucking minutes after.
Well, yeah, because they probably bought that slotting, so they wanted.
Because Cody's like fucking whatever bullshit. His celebration.
Yeah, the
So here's it in order. Night 1, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch match. Where Rhea won. 4.25 stars.
Yeah, I felt like if Becky would have been healthier, it probably would have been a much more entertaining show. Or yeah, if they're healthier, it probably would have been like at least a 4.5. Yeah. Anyways, next one.
Next one was the tag team ladder match. Same rating, 4.25 stars.
There were a few good moments, I will say that, and the videos that came out afterwards about all the like celebrities and like people like being like, "Yo, this shit can't be fake" and all that. I think that matches well with that.
Rey Mysterio and Andrade against Dominic and Santos, with Rey winning. 3.75 star.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it
like
went down half a star from the last two matches, like in rating.
I wouldn't say. I wonder if that's because of the Jason Kelsey coming in or anything like that.
Probably because the celebrity run in at the end.
Yeah, I was about to say, like there was like the double tandem, like body slam. That was a fucking killer move.
Yeah.
No.
But then, yeah, Jay and Jimmy, 3/4 star of 1 star, so 0.75.
I need I'll read this on my own time, but I need to read the full why he didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it goes into it in a different article. This is just the start.
Yeah.
Here. So then the 6 women tag match, Jay, Bianca, Naomi versus Damage Control.
Yeah.
2 stars. Just 2.
Really?
Wrestling.
I felt like that was a lot better than the 6-man tag or the 6 tag.
It was a good match, but it was also a little. I feel like that one was over really fast too, though.
I think what annoyed me with how much time Bianca was in the ring not tagging Jade, whether that was scripted or not.
Probably because she's so green.
Well, it's not that it's so green. She was like every time the camera would pan on her or pan on the ring, all you can see is just Jade Cargill like looking at the corner of the ring waiting to get tagged, and Bianca not doing shit but attacking 3 people at once.
I'm ready for her to turn on them though, because Jade or Face Jade weirds me out. I don't like Face Jade.
I told
it's super fake.
I told you
super fake. Like she's trying too hard. Like, hey guys.
I tell you, I think once Jade beats whoever for the title, it's gonna happen. She's gonna turn on Bianca, and then Bianca's gonna kind of turn out as like a heel against Jade thing. Anyways, continue.
I'm ready for heel Jade for sure. Sammy defeated Gunther. 4.5 stars. It was a really good storytelling.
The match, I would have given it a 4 star probably. Nothing higher than that. I feel like 90% of that match was one-sided, and then there was like that quick burst at the end where he just started like getting energy and shit like that. I feel it was more 4-star than anything. I think Gunther really carried the fuck out of that match for all of it being.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like I don't know, I wouldn't give that 4.5 at all. But that's just me.
Yeah. I'm honestly probably with you there around a 4-star highest kind of thing for that on me.
Like I love
Uh,
the power bomb into the turnbuckle. I love Gunther yelling at Sammy's wife and all that. But
Yeah.
but there was like legitimately there was nothing besides the very end. What Sammy did was entertaining. He just
Mhm.
it
He
wasn't.
just does ass whoop the whole time and then came back at the end and won.
Yeah. All right.
The main event, Rock and Roman defeated Cody and Seth, 4 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
4.25.
yeah, that kind of adds up. I feel like that's a hard one because like even though that was I think probably one of the better matches of the weekend. Like
Oh yeah, it was great.
like I felt like that match was way better than the Becky Lynch match. And Becky Lynch got what 4.25, 4.5, whatever. I think that match had more memorable moments with like Roman spearing The Rock and The Rock selling the fuck out of that spear, looking like he shit himself. That was pretty great.
Right.
All right, night 2. What we got?
We got Drew defeating Seth to become new World Heavyweight Championship or champion. 3.5 stars. Because I mean, it was overdone quick. Seth kind of just got his ass whooped the whole time. He had a little bit of offense. He got fucked up quick though, and his eye got
Yeah,
destroyed.
I think the whole point was the shock factor of Damian Priest coming and cashing, and then
Yeah.
Fair enough.
There's nothing like mentioned there with it.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby and Street Profits, Karrion Kross and AOP. 1 3/4 star.
Which is
I'd
funny
give it at least a 3 to 3.5 because of how fun it was. Not out of just like pure good wrestling or anything like that, just the fun of it. Because of Bully Ray being the freaking guest ref and everything, it was just fun.
Maybe that's why I got the lower rating because of Bully Ray. Because
Probably.
there's no reason for
a comedy match.
Yeah, there was no reason for Bully Ray to be the special ref unless there was like something prevalent, I guess. And I don't know, like I told you, like Bobby Lashley, when we watched Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Karrion Kross and whatever during that one SmackDown or whatever, it felt like AOP and Karrion Kross needed to beat somebody to push them over. And it kind of felt like they were like the whole Street Profits crew, Bobby Lashley just were there, kind of felt like it the entire time. They didn't want to be a part of it.
Waffle said he's pretty sure he counted 10 Claymores by Drew.
Yeah.
The Drew Seth match.
Yeah. Also, hello, Murder. Welcome in. So, like, side note before
Zach Rock was fighting over during WrestleMania and shit. Like he had a match Saturday night. And it was actually he did pretty good. Like I'm surprised on how well he did because he's been getting super gassed on just the nightly shows the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But,
all right, next match.
LA Knight defeats AJ Styles 3.5. 3.5 stars.
I didn't get to see much of it. I only saw some highlights, but it
was a little lackluster.
And I don't know if that's because of the LA Knight stuff.
I don't remember shit from it.
Yeah, I had to rewatch a highlight clip, and and when we came at the end of WrestleMania, that's when I kind of like saw a little bit of it. There was nothing really special about it. I don't know if it's just because AJ Styles they didn't let him more loose to do crazier shit, or if because LA Knight is still trying to figure out how to really sell to this crowd, but like
it was
like even the promo of that Monday Night Raw we watched where AJ Styles like, you make sure he's not here, and he disguises himself as like the fucking worker, yeah, and then he drops that pretty epic promo like, I don't even tell you what needs to happen. I don't even tell you whose game it is. You already know whose game it is. And I was like, okay, he knows how to work a fucking mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, he's great on the mic. It's just during the matches, it's. And he's good in the ring, but there's just something missing for me. I don't know what it is. Again,
Honestly, you know what would be interesting? Maybe it's the fact that he doesn't have like a good finisher that's mesmerizing to people. Like
yeah, his finisher is really lackluster, right?
like Kevin Owens is a great example, right? Kevin Owens didn't really have that much of a or a lustful finisher, and then then
I
Stone Cold gave him the Stone Cold Stunner.
I don't know, man. That pop up Powerball, man, when he'd get it out of fucking nowhere, like an RKO would come out.
Yeah,
Like it was great. I loved it.
yeah, but I don't think it worked well with the
I
crowd.
love him with a stunner too,
Yeah,
though.
I think if LA Knight could do something like different, like add another move to his arsenal or add some variety of move to his arsenal, I think it'd be great. I don't want him to be a high flyer. I don't want to do turnbuckle moves like Cody Rhodes does. And I think that's the issue is that like we're so used to seeing Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes doing like literally everything. Like AJ Styles can do everything, Cody Rhodes could do everything, Seth Rollins could do everything because they're so agile, versatile, and all that. LA Knight is just another jockey big dude, so he has to have move sets like a jockey big dude, and I think that's kind of what
Yeah.
slows me down on him. I feel like he'd be a great wrestler, but I think he needs to have like a real opportunity to really show that. And I think giving LA Knight some kind of like maybe like minor title run, like United States or Intercontinental or whatever, I think that would help his case out that he could use that against people.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
Dad's texting and shit.
you're good.
Um, Jester, you got any input here, bro?
On which part?
LA Knight
Not
kind of like not being so there. I don't know. Like there's like a missing piece for him.
Yeah. Like, I know they're trying to bill him as an anti-hero, but if they just let him go and let him act like he did in TNA as Eli Drake, I think he's over even more.
You think his in ring work is good enough as it is, or do you think there needs to be more to it?
I mean, there could. I mean, like anybody. I mean, anybody can get better with practice,
Yeah.
you know. But as far as like his signature stuff goes, the whole LA Knight elbow thing, get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Do something else. I mean, we've seen elbows. I mean, I had to see it twice from The Rock. So
You know what I just thought about? What would what would kind of help set him over if he had some kind of like choke slam or something like that. I don't think we have many wrestlers left in the industry who do an actual like
he's too
choke.
short to have a choke slam, though.
Yeah, but he's not going against anybody who's like overly tall. Like look at AJ Styles. He was like at least 5 inches taller than him.
they're giving him a submission like a modified cross face or something.
Ooh.
Give
Okay.
LA not the attitude adjustment. Waffle says fits his persona.
Not bad. I could see that. Or the sharpshooter. I
A
felt
good submission, yeah, would be good for a submission would be good for him.
maybe that's what he needs because like I think him being because he's already a menace on the mic, but think about how much he could torture somebody in like a like a
While they're sitting there going, no, no, no. He's like, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Like, why sitting there with a sharpshooter? Just, yeah.
No, yeah.
Sharpshooters.
You can talk so much shit while he's sitting there just stretching them out, you know?
Everyone on my stream got to fucking hear the yes.
Dude, that would be so fucking beautiful. But yeah, anyway, so
That'd be fantastic.
what's the next
Call
rating?
it the Gingy special. What the fuck? Yeah. So next one is the Logan Paul defeated Kevin Owens and Randy Orton to retain the U.S. Championship. 4.25 stars. I'm gonna agree. It was a fucking great match. It was very entertaining. There were comedy spots. There was actual ass whooping. Like it had it all, dude. Especially at the very beginning, dude. It had me fucking cracking up because Owens comes out or walks out, sees Logan Paul's big fucking lifted truck, all Prime logoed out and everything.
Yep.
And Owens gets like basically like fuck that, goes to the back, gets a fucking cop car, comes out, and then he drives all the way down, And then Randy starts coming out, so he backs it back up, picks up Randy. Randy stands on the back, about falls off to some bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just before the fucking bell rang. And then they just like had the plan at the beginning, like we're just gonna team up on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they're like, yeah. And they fucked Logan Paul up a lot. It was great.
Yeah, I think like I said, how we talked about earlier, Logan is a great heel, and now that he has
Mhm.
more time with the United States Championship, hopefully they put him in more opportunities to kind of like shine on that. But now comes the question: is who's the next opponent? If it's still going to be Kevin
LA
Owens,
Knight.
and that's what I want it to be, because
Yep.
but
That
it
way he
but
gets
is
the strap
but
finally.
but what is LA Knight's brand? What brand is he on? Is he on SmackDown?
The draft's about to happen. They can put him wherever he needs to
But what
go.
is he on now?
SmackDown.
So then,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
which would solidify more
Yeah.
of him being over there because AJ Styles is SmackDown. Yeah, so I could see him being on SmackDown.
He fits SmackDown better than he does Raw. I think Raw has too many big name stars where he'd get lost in that shuffle. He needs to be on SmackDown where there's not a shit ton of big names, but there's a good mid card like field.
Yeah, it's not so much that I don't think he fits so well on SmackDown versus Raw. I think he just needs great opportunities and great opponents. And I think like with everybody being more kind of like hungry for opportunities on SmackDown versus Raw, where everything's kind of like more established and like set in, I think he has like that kind of thing going for him. What I also do see happening is Kevin Owens being drafted to Raw. Now that Sami Zayn's champion, more than likely we're gonna see something Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens kind of shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. That's a side
Yeah, I'm
note.
sure. Especially with how they were, they were there for each other at Mania and stuff. It might
Mhm.
turn into something after.
Yeah.
So Bailey defeated Io Sky to become the new, excuse me, WWE Women's Champion. 4.5 stars.
Mm.
I'd say
I
4.25.
I only
Till
watched
4.
replays, and I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the replays I watched. Maybe I need to watch the whole match, but I just didn't get the same feeling from that match as I did from some of the other matches. It's gonna be one
I
of the
mean, they
things.
told a really good story,
Oh yeah, I'm not
but
saying the story wasn't told well. I'm just saying the in-ring performance and the overall everything about it was kind of just, I don't know, not there. Kind of like how like Becky Lynch going after Rhea Ripley's title, like there was a story, but it was like nothing really to anything to
it
write
was
home
just
about.
Becky needed something to do.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of felt
Rhea needed someone to defend
at
against.
least this story was better, but I felt like Rhea and Becky's match was way better than this one. Because I was gonna say max 4, I was gonna give it 3 3/4 personally.
Yeah.
I felt like both of them are top competitors. I feel like both of them are great wrestlers, and the story they had was great. But I felt like that match at WrestleMania just kind of felt like any other pay-per-view match you could have put on. To be honest, there's nothing really up spectacular about it. Personally
Other
speaking.
than just Bailey getting her comeuppance, after
Yeah,
everything, and like,
after
boom,
starting
yay, Bailey.
after starting Damage
She's not
Control,
been
getting
champion
hurt.
in a minute, so
Yeah, that's just me personally.
yeah. Um. All right, so main event: Cody Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns in a Bloodline Rules match to become the new undisputed champion. You want to take a guess
Uh,
on what Meltzer would put it,
4.5. No,
Jester?
4 1/4. 4 1/4.
Jester, any
4.
guess? 4. Well, Meltzer loves him some Cody. 4 3/4 star, just a quarter star shy of a perfect rating.
I wonder what was the missing factor. Because, like, about to say,
Right. Stone Cold.
yeah, like, Undertaker told you.
But no, we talked about that. It makes more sense for it being Taker. We just all wanted Austin because of the Austin Brock feud. But it makes sense for Taker to do it because he's coming in for just a one off, and we know it's just a one off because we know he's done. If it would have been Austin, we would have been thinking, "Oh shit, does that mean Austin and Rock are gonna have a little feud? Blah blah blah, build up to a
Mm-hmm.
match, but and everything." When that ain't gonna fucking happen for sure.
Also we also have to we also have to realize like between Undertaker and Stone Cold, who is Mr. WrestleMania?
Yeah, Undertaker. He had the, the streak and everything.
Yeah, like Undertaker and WrestleMania are just two peas in a pod. Now Undertaker and
Undertaker's career was what 40 fucking years long, almost.
yeah,
And Austin's in WWF, WWE was like 8, maybe.
what for WWF
Like his
WWE?
whole run in the WWF.
He
WWE.
he
'Cause
didn't
remember, he
leave.
was gone in he left in 01 and he came back in like end of 02 or 03 and was there for like another year and then left again and basically retired.
No, because he was
From
there
in ring.
he was all the way he was there all the way up until like 5 or 6. So we'll say 10 years, rounded number.
Yeah.
Because he was there from he was no, because wait. He was there for all of the 90s.
No, he came in mid 90s.
I swear he came in like 91, 92. But that could be me just thinking weird.
So here.
Someone with that computer machine, look it up.
I'm looking it up right now. All right, so he actually started in 1995. I was right, mid 90s. And then he left.
Was that after ECW picked
He
or
left it. Yeah, that was after ECW. Runs.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. Just WWF runs, like not his whole like.
Because he did
because
he did WCW and then they let him go. Then he did ECW and after ECW they picked him up in WWF. That's right.
Yeah. And so remember he quit technically in like 01 for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Then he came back in 2002 and retired 2003. And then he was just an on-screen authority figure from 03 to 04. And then he had a few part-time appearances here and there between 05 to 2011.
Yeah.
And then onward,
Yeah, because I remember the on-screen authority kind of shit.
But so, 8 years. Boom.
I mean, either way, he still made an impressive career in that 8 years. But Undertaker, Undertaker being that's his pay-per-view, in a sense to me.
Yeah, and like I said, it makes sense because we know Taker's not coming back. It was a one done, boom.
And I think
that's it.
I think the nice thing about Undertaker is that like even though he's kind of like a quote unquote a dark figure, he's never really was a bad guy. He's always been kind of like.
I mean, he was like crucifying dudes and sacrificing them at one point. Yeah. Like putting them on the Taker like symbol, lifting them up where they're tied like being crucified.
Yeah, but I meant like later in his career.
He's a pretty bad guy.
I bet like later in his career, like when we went to the Attitude Era. Because after
Attitude Era.
I'm talking about like end Attitude Era going into like not PG era,
like
but
into
like
Ruthless and shit.
Yeah.
Like Ruthless Aggression. Yeah, here's that. He was a anti-hero ish in a way. He was that in between face and heel. Like he was a good guy, but at the same time he was a fucking dick and he would fuck someone up.
I just
be an asshole.
And
when needed.
Most of the time when he was feuding with somebody, it was usually someone who was more of a dick than anybody else, and he was just a dick back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Undertaker's always been like that hero. I felt like lately, and when it came to like issues and like WrestleMania and all that, or any kind of pay-per-view, like anytime when like somebody would go against all of like what was the one like NXT and all that when they first became their thing, and they did the NXT invasion. Like I think Undertaker was part of that team for a little bit, or was I thinking of Stone Cold again? I know Stone Cold was a part of it for a little bit. Either way,
Taker made appearances in NXT.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I felt like here's the thing, like I would need to read the report to figure out what was missing, because like I didn't get to watch the full match, and maybe that one core star off was just that random Undertaker choke slamming shit. Maybe it was The Rock and his weird goofy fucking outfits.
his $5,000 shirts and shit.
Dude,
Yeah, because he did the same
tho-
thing both nights.
dude,
Do what?
those two different those outfits, dude, they just don't scream rock. They scream like some weird jabroni shit, and that kind of what threw me off.
Yeah,
Like,
It was
like,
it's all
like
the shirts like what he
Milton.
used to wear, but just wearing them in vests now.
Yeah.
like the cool, like the actual button down shirts opened up, yes, but that vest with the bell bottoms,
No.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that was I don't know what he was thinking with that shit, dude.
That was a decision. Don't know if it was the right one.
that was a
It
choice.
was a decision.
That a choice was made. It wasn't the right choice. I don't know. I think The Rock did a way better job than I expected of him being a heel. I think Roman did a great job in those matches. I think Cody, Seth, all those guys did a great job. Like if I had to look back and think of what probably didn't do it for me, or what possibly could have been the reason why it wasn't 5-star, is maybe the random appearance of the Undertaker, or the random appearance of the Undertaker not in ring gear or making it more prevalent. Because, like, if you think about this, right? Yeah, sure, Undertaker was there. Undertaker, like, the lights turn out. Undertaker choke slams The Rock, and then he just leaves. Like, that's fine and all.
He took the Rock with him though.
Yeah, and that's fine. And that's fine. No, but like when you think about it, like he wasn't in no ring attire. He was in a fucking beanie. He was in fucking hoodie. And gym pants. Like, don't get me wrong, that's the shit I'd wear in a wrestling ring personally.
It was American Badass slash, that
That was not American Badass. That was, hey,
In a way.
we need to do this last minute thing because Stone Cold's playing with a cat on his farm and he didn't show up shit. Because if Undertaker was like there in like some kind of ring attire, right? And some kind of like there was like a little brawl here and there, like little few punches, and then there was more of the chokeslam shit. I felt like it would have been taken a little bit more seriously, but I think the fact that he was not in some kind of ring attire, like legit ring attire, I think that's kind of what threw me off a little bit about it. Like him being there, it's fine. We understand that now. John Cena being there, it's
Not
fine.
American Badass. It was more of the big evil version of Undertaker that was after American Badass, where it's still just like a normal Taker, not Dead Man Taker. That's what it reminded me of when he came in.
Nah,
I was trying to figure. I couldn't remember the fucking like little phase that he was at that point. What he was called. That was the big evil phase.
That still doesn't.
He wore hoodies and shit then.
That
the
doesn't.
bandanas with the beanies. That's what he did then. So.
Doesn't matter.
That's
It
what
doesn't.
that
It doesn't matter what he used to do. It's what he ended on and what he's known for. And what he's known for is being Undertaker, wearing wearing like the boxing glove shit if he wants to, having the hair done,
You're talking to MMA Taker.
Well, think about it. The last few times he was in a ring, he wore his singlet with the tights, with the fucking T and the cross and the like the nail cross things. Like in that ring, in that ring he looked like some like JV high school football dad that got pissed off at the referee for missing a call, and now he's choke slamming him. He looked like any other jabroni that could have been in that stand as an old dude. We're not gonna talk about his career like that. I think for me, that's what kind of, if I had to pull out anything that was there, that was it. It wasn't the fact that he was there. It was the fact that he wasn't in some kind of like ring attire like everybody else. And that's just, I don't know. I think even, like I said, like even if he was there for a little bit, like put this on for like 10 minutes, do a couple sprawls with The Rock. Go outside. He probably
didn't bring his gear for that reason. He was like, "No, fuck that."
Or his gear, yeah.
Oops, I forgot my gear. Oops.
At that point, I would have had like Triple H come out as fucking little thing.
See, that's another. I was reading up on some other people's opinions on it, and someone brought that part up where it didn't make sense to be Triple H either because then they're both there just working together again, like, and then nothing happens with it.
It also would show
awkward,
it also would show like favoritism towards Cody Rhodes, which would kind of kill the mood of the whole storyline, and I think Triple H wanted to be out of that, which makes sense to me. Like, there's a million different things you could have done, and I think Undertaker, all of it makes sense. I think the only thing that really didn't sell it was just him coming in the regular jabroni, everyday outfit. Like, if even if he was a last minute thing, they should have got him something. They should have done something. They should have pre-planned something. Like, hey, we have a million fucking legends coming out. Like, you're good. We have a million fucking legends coming out. Let's let's have a trailer full of their old attire that we can either get them in or let them know, hey, this might be a possibility, and call it then. And even if this wasn't a last minute thing and it was all the way done, like have backup plans, have X, Y, and Z, have something. Because even here's the thing: John Cena's attire, jorts, and a fucking t-shirt, and he rips it off every fucking time, right? So like his attire is easy to assemble.
Yeah.
Like Seth Rollins fucking dyed his hair after his match with fucking, not Dave Priest, Drew McIntyre, and fucking got that shit rolling. Like I don't get why.
Wait, did he dye his hair?
Yeah, you didn't see the Shield hair?
Well, he's had like all that blonde, so he must have like covered up a shit ton of the blonde then, because he had a lot of blonde highlights over his like brown there for a while.
Apparently, they're saying like he dyed his hair like after his match or whatever, and just kept going, or after night one or one of the two. But yeah, because he looked like straight up Shield Seth Rollins on that match. But like I said, I don't know. Like I said, there's a million things that could have been a reason why they didn't get that one little quarter star. It could have just been Dave Meltzer being like, I can't give WWE mainline television its fucking dues. How dare I? I'm Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, he didn't dye it. Jonathan Snowden reported that J.E. Snowden on Twitter, he reported that he dyed it and everything, but everyone underneath it's like, no, like his hair was already blonde like before that. Like he didn't do it right before the main event.
He may have like they probably colored it for like night one or whatever, or colored it for whatever, and then just uncolored it then later on. It's easy to add color than remove it versus actual dyeing. But either way.
I mean, it looks slightly a little bit more blonde, but I mean, he also could have went and like washed his hair, dried it, made it look really good and everything right before, where it wasn't like blended in with the brown underneath and shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that was WrestleMania, plus its 25-minute long ending for some goddamn reason that didn't make any goddamn sense, like always. Overall, if you personally had to rate the whole pay-per-view both nights, what is your rating out of the 5-star rating?
Me, I'd give both nights collectively. I'd give it 4.5.
4.5?
Say?
Why?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head. Yeah, 4.5. I was between that and a quarter.
If you take all the positives from both nights and compare them to all the negatives from both nights, the positives outweigh.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm a little bit off from you guys. If it wasn't for the main events really carrying those shows, I would have said this pay-per-view would have been a lot less, but I'm going to give it a 4-star rating. I'm not even going to give it a 4.25. The Jimmy J. Uso was kind of bland. Gunther's storyline was overrated in my opinion. The Bobby Lashley shit was just kind of meh. And I feel like there was a lot of great matches and a lot of great memorable moments in a lot of the stuff. But I feel like overall the matches were really good. I feel like just it wasn't to the top that it could have been. And whether that's the not the promoters, the producers of those matches or what, but I think in general, what? I think shut the fuck up. I think in general,
sorry,
you're a dick. I think in general, there's a lot more less than favorable matches than there should have been in a WrestleMania. And I think, like the Jay and Jimmy Uso match definitely put a nail in the coffin on that one. But like the Bobby Lashley Karrion Kross kind of shit was kind of bland. I felt Bayley's match was well deserved but kind of bland. I felt, there was just a few other matches that just kind of didn't own up to where it could have been.
Yeah.
and I think 4 would be a deserving rating at the lowest. Nothing more than 4.25 though.
Mhm.
Like I said, main event.
So I was between the 4.25 and 4.5 for my rating. on it.
Yeah, I think the main events both were fucking fantastic. I think night
yeah.
2 match 1 was, and the first matches were great, and the last matches were great. There was always a match somewhere in the middle, maybe 2 matches that just didn't feel fulfilling potential.
The
And
Uso matches, and then the LA Knight and AJ Styles match for night 2.
yeah, and like
Those were the
and like I said, like
bombs of the night.
and like I said, whether the matches need to be more than just a singles match or they needed to have some extra flair is, up to your discretion. But like like I said, there was just something there that was not there for those matches, which kind of like really dug deep. Also, and just in general, there was some great storytelling fights. Like there were some great matches that like had great stories and back lore going into WrestleMania, and there were some that didn't.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what kind of irked me, like Gunther versus fucking Sami Zayn. I had to do a little bit
There
of
wasn't much
I
there.
had to do some back research into the Sami Zayn shit to know that there was actually a storyline. Did you know there was a storyline the entire time?
Other than him talking to Chad about it and everything, and then
That
Chad
that
helping
that
him.
is
That's all I
that's the
remember.
storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I did the math, by the way. I added all of Meltzer's
Mhm.
ratings together and did the average for it. So according to his stars, his average for it is 3.55.
Yeah, but like I said, the only
Three
it
and a half
it
stars.
it
Yeah,
it would have been
the whole
it would have been
the whole
higher.
event.
It would have been higher if it
Mhm.
wasn't for that Jay and Jimmy Uso match.
So yeah, the 3/4 star.
Because like let's say this.
Oh, it's
Let's say you
dude.
made that a 3-star. Like
Mm-hmm.
that
I
average
can.
that average would have went up.
But here's you something to think about. I think Robert Roode has found his calling in WWE.
Yeah,
As a producer,
yeah,
As a
not as
producer.
a wrestler.
bro, put him and TJ together. They could probably put off some
You know,
amazing
well,
matches.
you know what
producers together.
you know what I think why Triple H let him be a producer. Have
Hmm.
you because of his
'Cause he's
shit?
old as fuck.
Well, no, his shit in TNA.
No, yeah.
The matches and
Oh yeah,
all that
shit
shit.
there was good.
Yeah, his shit there was fucking flying. Like you knew his
The
name.
beer money getting shit was fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. I
With
th- I think
Tombstone.
I think Robert Roode knows the industry. I think Robert Roode knows a good match, and and I think he does well with listening to the audience as well.
Oh yeah.
And it's not that Robert Roode
Yeah.
can't wrestle. I just think that
He's great.
I think that
He's
like
a great wrestler.
they
I just don't think
I
he
don't think
fits
there's
in
and it's not even that he's not good with the WWE. I think there's nobody with him to really push
Yeah.
that potential. Like there's nobody in his age range or in his style to really push him off. The only
Yeah.
person I could like give him any serious consideration with him doing stuff with as a wrestler would have been like LA Knight. But like even then that kind of like clashes with both of their personalities and how they do stuff.
Yeah.
Overall,
Like
I think
Can you
Meltzer
imagine the promo though? Them fucking yelling at each other, glorious, yeah, glorious, yeah. Back
dude,
and forth.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. The greatest promo stint you could ever do is Stone Cold versus LA Knight and the Yeah versus the What's.
The what and yeah.
Dude,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, you get
Oh,
a
that'd be great to see.
you get a good title on LA Knight. I'm not saying United States. I'm saying like either Intercontinental, Heavyweight, or Undisputed, whatever you want to do, which one of the three. And you get them on the Stone Cold podcast, and they do their yeah and they do their what's and they do it live and all that shit, and then Stone Cold just has a little spout with him for like 4 weeks and call it a fucking day. I think that would be fucking glorious. All right, Triple H, you hear my promo ideas? Don't steal them. This is trademark, and if you do, at least give me tickets to a local show. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Send us a belt.
Ooh, yeah. Can I get a special belt? Can I get a belt? I would like
Can I
the.
just
I want an NWO big gold, please.
Can I get the new? Can I get the new Wait, which one you want, Jester?
I don't want any belts. I'll take Mania tickets to Nashville.
Yeah, you take.
I want to sit next to green shirt guy.
I want. Ooh, you know what would look sexy? I want the new Intercontinental title belt, but on like a white leather.
I wonder how that one would look on a white. Like, I bet that would.
Did
look
you,
pretty
Logan?
fucking
Did you
good.
see the videos I sent you of the custom titles on TikTok for 2K24?
Dude, I see so many dang TikToks between you, Waffle, Playtown,
Well,
everyone.
hey,
I
do
might
me.
have skipped that one, honestly.
I've sent you like 4 of them. You need to go back and look at them. This dude literally spends days on, or not days, but like most of his streams on like Twitch creating custom belts for 2K24, and some of them,
Fuck yeah.
holy shit, you'll be like, this shit needs to be a real fucking belt.
Yeah.
Now I want to play wrestling, but I also don't at the same time.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind the new World Heavyweight Champion ship belt too, though, dude. It's fucking nice. Cause like I said, it's a nice mix of a new era with the big gold. The one Rollins just lost.
Yeah, that one looks nice. I would take that one.
Yeah, I love that.
You know what?
Look at the spinner belt.
I'm gonna just say right now, if you're listening, any producer or head people of TKO or WWE, change those goddamn tag team titles.
Please
stop.
Bring back the Bulldogs.
I don't even care if you bring back the Bulldogs. I don't care what you do. Those belts
at least get rid of that.
Those belts look like you made them at a fucking cheap plastic factory for a toys. Like, you are trying to add prestige to something that needs to die off. Like, just end it now. Put it in the grave. Say, hey, it's a new season. It's a new era for WWE. We're going, like, just how Damian Priest said. This is the new Ruthless Aggression era. Let's add some new fucking titles to those boys and make those championships worth something.
Yeah. Dude, right. And change the fucking Undisputed or the Universal one.
But with a giant W?
Yes. Get rid of that fucking belt entirely, please.
I wonder if that's what happened.
With the women. Change the women's back to like the old women's, not the Divas.
No, give me back the Divas.
Or anyone jumps my fucking throat. Fuck that belt.
Give me the.
We're talking about this the other night too.
Give me the Divas. Make Seth, not Seth Rollins, R-Truth the Divas champion.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic. Even like the Ruthless Aggression tag belts, because they were like similar to the Bulldog belt.
Right there, right by the Phillies belt. You just passed it. Scroll up.
I gotta go back because it was page 1 where that happened.
Yeah, it was right next to the Phillies belt.
All right, there you go. Yeah, well, yeah, that one was nice too, though.
That one actually looks like a championship. The one we have now just looks generic and cheap and crap. Like, yeah, sure. There's a bunch of people who have worn the belt and have
like giant nickels. Like
giant nickels.
I mean, shit. Look, I got one right here. Hang on. I literally have a commemorative one. Like, it literally just looks like a giant nickel on the front of it.
Give me a second. Your stream is delayed.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be delayed, but yeah.
All right,
it's a giant fucking nickel.
Here you go, walking off, trying to grab your belt. Ooh, nice shoes, New Balance. Are those the cushy New Balance ones?
I think so. Yeah.
They look nice.
Fresh foam.
Yeah, fresh foam. Yeah. Yeah, that thing just looks stupid. Like the Spartan helmets, are cool, but it just doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. Like, and I get it, the blue for SmackDown, red for Raw, but I think at this time, we need to get rid of like the colors for the championships, except for like the women's championship and the mainline championships, I guess. But like having champions specific to the brand is whatever. But like even championships move around here and there.
Yeah. Honestly, just have one tag team championship. There's not enough tag teams collectively to have 2 separate belts.
I disagree 100% on that.
Then how about this? Get rid of one of the sets and introduce a trios title. I mean, like they have enough 3-man and stables to do it.
They do, but like the only issue with me,
obviously don't make it trios because it's already taken everywhere else.
I mean, you could do trios. I think trios is fine. I think the only issue with trios right now is if you look at the current line where trios titles are at, like AEW and other things like that, like it's not going over as well as it would be expected. which means you would have to do a lot more trios matches or specialty matches and whatever. And I think it's fine. Like what's Daddy Ass and the two other guys? What's their stable called?
New
Acclaim.
Age. Oh, you're talking about the Acclaim. Sorry, I thought you.
Yeah, they claimed. Yeah,
I went back to New Age Outlaws. Bro.
No, you're fine. Like the Acclaimed, I think are doing a great job as trios champions and all that or whatever. But I feel like trios champion is such a gimmicky title.
I have no idea who's what over there.
Yeah,
honestly.
I
I have
haven't.
no idea who the main champion is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I think the trios title is such a unique gimmicky title, like the TBS championship or the TNT championship. Like those are just gimmicks, right? Like though they are part of wrestling. Like if you go to almost like any other wrestling promotions, you're not seeing really many trios versus trios because just so much people in one ring. Like I think if anything, like I know that like I've been preaching this for a while, I think you bring back some championships and just revamp them. Like I think a cruiserweight championship would be great because there's a lot of young.
They just got rid of it like a few years ago.
Yeah, but they also fucked it up by making it its own show, 205 Live.
Yeah.
I think that's what an issue is. I don't think bring back the European Championship.
Bring back a TV title.
I don't even think bring back a TV title. No. I think honestly what would really do well is like a hardcore championship. Some kind of like extreme championship or whatever.
They tried that with the 24/7 belt, because they couldn't do the hardcore like on TV and everything.
But now that they're going back to
24/7 title.
But now that they're going to Netflix next year, it's a possibility.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Bring back and something like that.
Yeah, because
I'd be all for it.
Because there's no point in saying you like Intercontinental.
He's got a signature.
Yeah, there's no point in bringing back the European because we already have the Intercontinental, so it's like two of the same title basically, but one with more prestige. There's no point in bringing in another random specialty title unless you're gonna do something with it. Like we can't do TV title if the show's gonna be on Netflix because it's gonna be streamed or live taped or whatever. Those are nice titles, by the way.
The Dudley Boy one.
I'm looking at your World Tag ones right now. Yeah, the Dudley Boy ones. Yeah. Like I said, I think they need to bring back the cruiserweight division because there's a lot of skinny young guys now in that division. Like Ricochet's could be in that division. Dominic could be in that division. The guy from the new whatever.
They could put Gargano there, so I might actually give it.
Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa could fit those well. Like you could put, but if you
bring Frazier up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, but if you're gonna bring back the cruiserweight,
they just won the tag titles on NXT. By the way, they wouldn't give it to them at the fucking pay-per-view, but they gave it to them on Tuesday. Like I fucking said, I was like, they're either gonna just drop it or they'll win it on the next fucking show that they fought them.
Yeah, but that's what I was kind of saying is like if you're gonna add that belt, which I think would do great for the division and the team that they're doing, there's one more belt you need to add to the other side so it can go back and forth. But that begs the question is what do you do? Either hardcore, television, blah 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 blah. Anyways, our hour is up. Thank you all for watching. This was Two Beards and One Brain Cell. Again, for like the fourth week in a row, just straight up talking about wrestling because we can do whatever the fuck we want.
It was Mania season, people.
Yeah, it's Mania season, and now that Mania is kind of over, we're probably gonna dive back down to just doing our random shit and still talking about wrestling because why not? Yeah.
When something good happens, yeah.
Anyways.
Thank you, LA Knight.
Yeah, thank you, LA Knight. I'm Meme. That's Logan. That's Jester. We'll be back at this next Friday night. Make sure. Oh yeah. Special thing before I forget. Right now, as I speak, if I'm not mistaken, it is the new drop to the store over at Pond HQ. She has her Yeehaw pin coming out, plus the 2 new plushies of Chad and Todd. So if you haven't, go to pond.hq or pondhq.shop. I believe it's pondhq.shop. Go in the about section of my pages. You'll find them there. Get yourself a Yeehaw pin.
Yeah, get the Yeehaw one.
Yeah. And that go watch some SmackDown if you like SmackDown wrestling. It's on right now. I'll probably be playing video games. Logan will be playing video games. Jester will be doing other shit. Yeah. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Love you. Bye.